Hello, welcome to Shabbat Talk. Shabbat Shalom. Today is the Most High Sabbath day. Today is Yom HaKapparim. And my name is Yirmiyah. My government name is Ronald. You know what I'm saying? But my name is Yirmiyah or Yirmiyah. Either or, it's just a different point of the dialect, same thing. It really means the same thing at the end of the day. And I want to say welcome, especially YouTube, Instagram, and some of y'all might get the alert on Facebook. But I'm working toward to try to get to a Patreon page because I really want to show a lot of real history back there. And sometimes when you're showing on certain platforms and send you a message to say that's saying, uh, that you might offend somebody in the community, this and that, and it could be the truth, you know. It just amazes me how you can put a lie all you want on there, and it's they hug you and put on there, But that's what you should say. The world love is on. You know what I'm saying? If you from the world, you in the world love is on. But you out of this world, and you choose to be a representation for humankind of the Most High God. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna always be a problem. That's why you don't fit in. That's why you at work, people give you a hard time. No matter where you go, sometimes family, because I'm gonna tell you secretly, one thing they don't like about you, they can see the creator in you. You know what I'm saying? Most people talk that good stuff. Oh, I love God. I love God. They don't want to be the one to go on record not to really say it, but you know, but you're not gonna do anything he said in this book, but you love him. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he asks you to do anything and you're not gonna do it. Can't say that you love him. You know what I'm saying? This is the raw bottom line. But we all been in a situation. And I just want to tell those that are going through different things that I've been hearing different people. It's just like they feel like they stuck in the mire, the mud. The mire is just another way of saying mud. And it's hard on them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about Jeremiah's story, and I'm gonna do this video again so we can get the context of it. So I'm gonna go to I'm at here at Psalms uh, chapter 69, and I'm gonna start with 10 since we talking about fasting. So this is Psalm 69 and 10. So Psalm 69 and 10. It says, when I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that that was to my reproach. When you're trying to do the right things, like right here, he's trying to fast about his situation. Whether you're a female or a male, you try to fast and you try to go to maybe it's something that you're a female, you trying to get your husband, to see in a better, maybe he's not a believer and you are. Just you trying to fast and some people really don't want to hear what you got to say. They just don't line up with that word at this junction. I'm not gonna say everybody because they don't agree with you the first time or second time. Sometimes they have to have time because I remember many people over a different span of time. But I grew up loving the Creator. I kind of went away for a little while, but I grew up loving the Creator. I was a little boy, it had so much space between me and my brothers. So I would be talking to them. I play with the angels, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. I love to talk to the angels. I had a love for church. Just when I got grown, got into the world, started making them choices and started giving myself over to flesh. You know what I'm saying? And everybody been there. I'm not gonna say the Bible said we all sin and fell short of the glory of the Creator in Romans, Book of Romans. So, nevertheless, it's about to come back, but here the psalmist He's saying, he chastened his soul with fasting. And that was to his reproach. It don't even matter. People don't want to be around. You know what I'm saying? I made sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them. To the point he said, "Hey man, sackcloth was a very just imagine wearing a potato sack as a shirt. It's gonna be it's itchy. It's gonna be it's uncomfortable. That's basically how sackcloth is. You know what I'm saying? And people did it in a time of humbling themselves and you know uh, bowing their head in reverence. To being more of a softer spirit. And he became a proverb to them. It's just like Israel today. We're a proverb. It told us back in Deuteronomy 28, we'd be a proverb. We wouldn't even be known by who we really are. We'd be called by other titles like color, Negro, African American, instead of Israelites. You know what I'm saying? The ones that y'all came over here on the transatlantic slave trade. Y'all part of this nation. And some of my other brothers, they're called by different ones too. Different titles too, but they're of the nation of Israel. You see, a oppressor will always try to hold you down. You can't have a king's mind, and that's the way the devil do too. You know what I'm saying? Ashatan does. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel less than, keep your head down. Guess what? As long as you into that, he got you like that. He can manipulate. But see, it's hard to manipulate somebody with a free mind and somebody that know their position and know how the Most High Yah got their back, and no matter how and what they go through, whether they get put in the mire or not through people, they're gonna come out just like Jeremiah. Come out with your life. You know what I'm saying? And verse 12. They that sit in the gate speak against me, and I was strong. I was a song of drunkards. The gate was the part of the city when you first come in, man. People would just kind of hang out right there. Back in the old days, it's no different. You're in your car, getting ready to go to work, and you got them co-workers, you got that supervisor, you got people look at such and such. Oh, he here today, she here today. They quick to talk about it. It could be family members. As soon as you get out the car and you try to come to the event, and then like you say, measures a little company. It may have been a time where you've been a person that drink real hard and get drunk and make yourself out of a fool, and people want you to still do that, but you done came into the light, so you like, nah, man, I don't do that no more. I don't get down. Okay, well, you ain't no fun no more, so we just gonna push you off, or you get particular position that somebody don't got. They don't like you. You could be Jacob with that coat of many colors. You know what I'm saying? The other brothers jealous at the end of the day. You could be that Jacob, man, cup, but that's just how it is. There's no answer to it. It's just how it is. 13. But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Yah, in an acceptable time, O God, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me in the truth of thy salvation. He's saying, man, acceptable time, man, please do something about what I'm going on, my situation. I feel like I've been in this situation too long, and it's getting dire. I'm just tired of it, especially tired. 14, deliver me out of the mire, and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from them that hate me, and out of the deep water. So we're gonna see what mire is, pretty much in the Hebrew.
Strong's H2916. Teat.
Okay, we got teeth, mud, clay, mud, damp, dirt. Okay, clay potential. You know what I'm saying? We'll turn the volume down just a little bit, but the last time we had a problem with the volume. We ain't gonna have this problem this time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm redoing this video, okay, because of a sound issue. So I'm gonna make sure, because see, the devil, let me tell you something, Hashatan will try to win. He don't want somebody to hear this message. And and this You know, when you're fasting and you haven't ate, you haven't eaten, and this time of the day, when you got hours from the end of your fast, try to make you frustrated. Try to make you to a point where you trip yourself up and get into something. You know what I'm saying? We blow that out. We'll make sure it's good that you hear it. We're gonna keep on. I'm gonna try to remember some points that I said last time because when I do these things, it's really a lot of time. It's almost like a rapper, like a freestyle thing. I don't always repeat. It's not like it's attempted on some lesson. This is what I was studying prior to, and I still got to do my Yom Kaparim uh, address. You know, I'm a teacher. You know, so this is just me sitting down because I spend my whole day with this word. And this is my food the whole day. You know what I'm saying? Reflecting on the Creator. I'm gonna go in prayer, the Most High will. You know, and continue on. You know what I'm saying? You know, we gotta give him his when it's time. You know what I'm saying? This is his day, the day of judgment. You know what I'm saying? Signifying the day of judgment. I want to be right. I'm sure you do too. And so he said, "Deliver me out of the mud, out of the mud." Let's look at somebody in the mind. Okay, we're gonna go to Jeremiah, or some of our Christian people know him as Jeremiah, but it's Jeremiah or Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? How you would say it. Okay. You know, how far you want to go back and dial it. We're going to get the brother here. He's before the king, Zedekiah, Zedekiah. Yeah, Zedekiah. But it's, some people say Zedekiah. Okay. And I'm going to just click on his name real quick. Because I know some of my Christian people are going to see this and other audiences.
Psalms 8:34-14. Yirmiyah. Yirmiyah. Second entry. Yirmiyahu. Yirmiyah.
Yahoo. Oh, I still got that stuff alive. But hey, we ain't gonna have that issue. You know what I'm saying? We win at the end of it. Our foot gonna be on his head. You know what I'm saying? On the serpent's head. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, I think about 2-3 times in my life if I stepped on a snake on his head and killed him. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know the Most High and the rest of them angels are gonna have a good time dancing on his head at some point. So, because he will not win this situation, neither will not win with you. Only way you can win if you lay down your arms. You know what I'm saying? You keep your arms, guess what? You're gonna win every time. So, this is a crooked world. I want you to understand that. You know, you trying to do the right things, you trying to be upstanding, you trying to live right, you trying to live folk teach your kids things, and yet they can show you little Nas X on there kissing Satan. You know, you got a teenager and they gravitate to stuff like this because see the other kids, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. But you try to teach your kid, hey man, you don't play with Satan like that. You don't even be dealing with Satan. Period. You try to do what's right. I teach you what's right and what's wrong. You know, but yet they spend so much time with their peers. This is how they go astray. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be that parent that's constantly praying, showing them the right thing. They'll come through it. It doesn't mean that they're not gonna go through some places. And that's the same thing with people. You know, who the company that you keep say a lot about you. You know what I'm saying, and what they're gonna pull you into. You know, when you stand up and try to choose this thing, you know what? They're gonna mock you. They did the son of the creator like that. So-called what would be modern day pastors, churches, you know, of the, of the, they're supposed to be men of the law, you know, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and yet Christ called them children of hell. You know, they was converting them to their own. So you can be a believer, and maybe you grew up in Christendom, like myself, a big part of my life, and then you are coming into the truth. Like, wait a minute, we got to do what this thing's saying. We can't just continue to come here, put an offering in the thing, in the pan and go back to doing whatever we're gonna do. We got to actually do these commandments. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reading my Bible. It's saying, man, curses the person who's gonna keep the commandments. So how am I keep the commandment when I'm doing what it say? You know what I'm saying? And we got to know. You know what? Don't get mad when people trip. Just be quiet because I'm gonna show you how Yirmiyahu, you know, which is my Hebrew name, okay, deal with, you know. So this is Jeremiah chapter 38. I went too far down. 30, I should back up a little bit. Yeah, right. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 38, verse 5. And Zedekiah, the king, said, Behold, he is in your hand, for the king is not he that can do anything against you. So, he done made this little statement, a fly statement. Then they took Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon. And boy, that's some cold stuff right there. He's trying to act a certain way and not, he's trying to act almost like Pilate to the but he really didn't want to do that to Yeshua, but to the end, trying to appease the people. He should have just really took a stand and he'd have finished with 100. He just took a stand, but we know what Yeshua had to come here and do, you know. And you know, it's just what it is. So they took Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Machia. Look at my dog. And it says the son of Hamelech. And it said that was in the court of the prison. And they let down Yirmiyahu with cords. And in the dungeon there was no water, but mire. So Jeremiah sunk in the mire. So right after the king said, I don't got nothing against you, man. Just go ahead and go. Man, you got some evil men, you know, that went and took them. They could have put, and then I want you to imagine a water wheel. Some of y'all been to the country, you know, you seen them, it's like a rise. Matter of fact, there's one back here. They filled it in, but there's one back here. And it's round, and it may go 50 feet, it may go 40 feet, but it go deep enough till you can't get out. And then it'd been one thing if they'd left some water in there and maybe the mud wasn't so deep. You know, he can drink water for a while and live. They had the intentions on killing him. You understand what I'm saying? Because he sunk into the mire. Matter of fact, Jeremiah was sunk up the hill. They took all the water out and he was sunk in the mud up the hill. So that mud becomes like quicksand. They have no intention because see, you know what? There's some people, they don't want to hear, they don't want to see you because you remind them of God. They full of Satan and they don't want no God place like that so they can really turn out and just cut each other up. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no real unity in it. You know what I'm saying? Truth nowadays will get you killed. I say it all the time. You get a big enough audience about the right thing, will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to hear the truth. But I tell you what, everything gonna be avenged, and nobody ain't gonna be avenged that was on the right side. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna read in this story. Yeah, he talking fly now. But the backdrop of this story, and I'm gonna give you a little blow by blow. King Nebuchadnezzar with the Babylonians was supposed to come take over Jerusalem. Was supposed to come take him. You know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't keeping the commandments and the Most High for to get them out that land. And as punishment for not doing the commandment. And he had already talked to King Nebuchadnezzar. He already knew he was going to do it. He already put the spirit on him. And so they didn't want to hear Jeremiah because he was constantly saying in the chapters of in front of this, hey man, we got to get this right. We don't get this right, we're going into captivity. They ain't want to hear that. Hey man, we got to come back to doing what's right. Let's go back to the old path. Let's go back to the old way. Let's get our stuff together, brother. We don't want to hear that. We having fun. We having fun right now. What did you talk about? I bet that's how the people's looking. Hey man, we crunk, we crunk, we crunk. They're like America, having fun. You can make a video nowadays. You can do a lap dance for the devil and kiss him on his face and make a video about that. And that ain't horrifying. But let somebody try to talk about the truth. And we hey brother, we gotta come back to the commandments so we can get this we can get this curse up off of us. And man, we can be living good. You know what I'm saying? We could be seeing life for it, and our children will be blessed. Man, we don't want to hear that, man. I got the new iPhone 8, 85. You know what I'm saying? I'm way past that 12. Man, my phone can see through you. You know what I'm saying? That's so good. You know what I'm saying? We looking for gadgets. We just sold out for any little thing, any little gadgetry. Any little money. We do stupid stuff. I was looking on Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube the other day, rapping out, counting all that money sitting in that car. Yeah, it was all good till that dude opened that car, put that burner right there. I had it right there on him like this, like right here. You know what I'm saying? Where the money at? Where the money at? Dude had a smile when the door first opened. He's sitting there, got hundreds looking like a fan. First of all, you know what? If you had them hundreds, you shouldn't have been. Well, we so quick to want to show somebody some food. Everybody want to get social media to show somebody something. Every move you make don't need to be shown. What you doing is making people be more jealous sometimes, because it's a thing. You at this place, maybe a person can't afford to go to that place. Then they look inside at you. You know what I'm saying? Just look at all. Look at such. She thinks she did. He thinks he did. You know what? Keep some of your business to yourself. Don't let they got a saying. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing, or vice versa. But they done grabbed my man because he was telling the truth. Look, man, we gonna be in trouble with the Creator. Prophet is trying to tell you. We don't want to hear that. We having our fun. Tell you something, your fun can come to a dark day quick. They done put him on the rope. Okay, they got this thing. We're gonna just use 80 feet. We're gonna use 60 feet. We're gonna say 60. We're gonna use 60 feet. Now they don't have to tie to put him in there. They gotta tie a rope around him and drop him in there. And then when you get in the bottom, you stuck like this. You're gonna die. The Most High. But let me get this. Let me get this prayer real quick. We're gonna go to Lamentation before I go to the next verse. We're gonna go to Lamentation, chapter 3, I think, around by. Because see, Jeremiah is sharing his affliction when you start at 1, but I'm not gonna. It makes the video too long. Here we go. I am a man that have seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. He have led me and brought me into darkness, but not into light. Surely. So they whipped him, whatever for truth. They don't want to hear that. Surely against me he turned. He turned his hand against me all the day. My flesh and skin are made old, and he have broken my bones. You know what I'm saying? Man, Jeremiah is going somewhere with this. It won't go down. Well, by the time you get to the 19th verse, he's in hope for the Most High's mercy. Remember mine affliction and my misery and wormwood and gall. My soul have them still in remembrance and is humbled in me. I recall to mind, therefore have I hope. Even in all what they done to him, they mocked him, they made songs about the dude. Just man. But even with that, he's still on the Most High side. 22. it is Yah's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. It says, the Lord or Yah is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore I have hope in him. Even in all the things that was going on. This is a wicked society. You know, they get ready, if you don't stand on a certain side of the V shot, with this C thing, y'all know what I'm talking about. I want to get that video flat already been warned once. But until I get over there on that Patriot, I'm gonna give you all the smoke on how my blood. You know what I'm saying? And I won't have to worry about the messy people. I know they want to keep it soft and squishy for you. And I'm gonna do my best to still tell the side, but at the same time, the Most High, y'all pray for me that I get this Patriot channel, because I'm gonna give you the raw, real, blow by blow. I'm gonna show you archaeological evidence as well as evidence, evidence, with history. So, but he's saying, man, every morning, the Most High's compassions, they fail not, and they are new every morning. Every morning we wake up. Doesn't matter about what they gonna say when we get to the workplace, because you got to spend them 8, 9, 10 hours in that workplace around people that are gonna talk about you. Some people have to work and they sit at their desk. It just because they like the lone wolf, because everybody else is on the same agenda and they not, and they mocked and talked about or treating bad, or when promotions come, they looked around. But like I say, and we're getting in a day and age when you have to get a business for yourself, start your own business for yourself. That way you ain't got to take this crap in some instances, because the way they doing it right now, from what I understand, Joe Biden saying a business of 100 or more. If you don't have that V thing, that V shot, then now they're coming with 3 of them. Probably in about another 6 months it'll be 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? But we got it right. We got it right. But this V shot thing, and your company can be fined. Last I looked, it was $14,000 per person. So it's gonna come down to you taking that shot, and maybe you want to take it or you have taken it and you cool. Hey, it is what it is. But if you are on the opposite side, then you might have to lose your job. You might do something else, like work for a smaller company. You try to ostracize it. But first of all, this is the problem I have with this current president and administration. I'm not trying to say I'm some big Trump supporter neither. So, because people say, well, if you choose here, then you over here. Don't put me in a box like that. But I didn't say I was either. But I said my personal issues, the way he talked on the TV, he talked like he was somebody's father. I know you old enough to be 10 people's father. You understand what I'm saying? You old enough to be 10 people's father. Yeah, you might be that old, but you're not my father. You know what I'm saying? You're not my father. And I'm gonna say allegedly on anything I'm saying when I'm dealing with the C thing, V shot, and President Biden. Okay, now you're not my parent, and you talk like you scolding your children or something. You are an elected official. You didn't get in that office unless people voted. You are an elected official. Y'all quit letting these people put these spin on these newscasts and stuff, making you pay some type of respect. They are servants to you. A policeman is a servant, public servant, and they are too. Don't fall into all that. You got to know where you stand in. You're a child of the Creator. This your body. You only gonna. This your nefesh. This is your soul. This is Hebrew for soul. Hey, govern it as you will. whether you want to take the shot or not, that is your choice. But you shouldn't be forced if you don't. You know what I'm saying? And he certainly ain't nobody's daddy. He older than 10 daddies, I'll tell you that. He need to go sit down somewhere. Me and him politically, we don't line up. We don't line up at all. That's just my personal experience. We don't line up. You know, because I got a problem military. Because like I told you, anybody know me, I've showed my arm with this charter, and I got wards all behind me, but I don't want to go and move stuff all off the ship. I got wards all around me. You know what I'm saying? And I serve this country, and I got an honorable discharge, so I can say what I want to. Because you know what? I was in the United States military for 11 years, U.S. Army. So I can say what I want to say and still be a great American. So anybody got a problem with that, hey, that's on you. If I offended you to the point where you don't want to hear the rest of this, then I'm sorry. But all politicians are politicians, right or left wing. You know what I'm saying? Democrat or Republican, they're all politicians. The politician is kind of like that crooked used car salesman. You know what I'm saying? Left or right. But I was just saying, you know, got 13 of my homies killed, pulling people out. The Taliban got people holding people hostage, American citizens. Man, if you don't go and you over here trying to make a deal, like let's make a deal. Are you the president of the United States? You gotta go make that happen. I was in the military when the Persian Gulf first popped out. Anybody knew about the Persian Gulf? Boy, them boys put their hands up after the rounds got rained on pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying then when you do shoot a drone, you kill the wrong people. You just further makes itself worse. Every day I look at this guy, I'm starting to go like this. I'm saying the stuff that people think. But anyway, back to the subject. Okay, now it says it's the Most High mercy every day, and they knew every day. And it says each day is a new day. And it says, Yah is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore I have hope in him. It says, Yah is good. It says the Lord there, but I'm just plugging in. He's part of the Most High name in Hebrew. Yah is good, and unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. He's good all the time. Now I'm gonna drop down, because he was on a prayer. He was on a Okay, we'll drop down to 52, Lamentation 3 and 52. My enemies chase me sore, like a bird without cause. Man, he going through something. And you know, it seems like he just round about and he just can't get no relief. But when life treats you like the whether it's bills, people, whatever, you got to know he got new mercies every morning, every day come to you. You know what I'm saying? 53. They have cut my life. They had cut off my life in the dungeon and cast a stone upon me. Or not only did you try to cut him off when you put him in there and there wasn't no water, you try to kill him, in other words, he cast a stone upon him. And cast a stone upon him. So you know, he was stoned before for that work. My question is, could we handle that mission he had? That must have been a hard mission. Man, it must have been a hard mission. It says, water flowed over my head, and then I said, I am cut off. You know what? Probably them little pebbles, you know, he stand on the end, just pelting them, and then you know, rain come when it rains, just come in now, and you just stuck in the woods, standing in one spot in the rain. No food. And it says 33 and 55. But listen what he said. I called upon the name of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? or some of us know him as Yahuwah or Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? But the name of the Creator. And it says, out of a low dungeon. He called on him when he was down there. You know, when they put them ropes and lowered him in, it says, thou hast heard my voice, hide not my ear at my breathing, at my cry. So they're gonna eventually get him out of there. That's what, and you know that's why he's gonna say God when he heard his cry later. You know what I'm saying? I just was going, but man, it just keep reading how he felt. But he gonna get out of that situation. Now let's go back to let's go back. Go back to 7. Because now he in the mire, in the big pit. Now, when Ebed Melech, which is Hebrew for what is that? King's servant. Ebed is servant, and Melech is king. And it says the Ethiopian, one of the eunuchs, which was in the king's house, heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon. The king then sitting in the gate. So the Most High, one of the eunuchs, one of the workers of the king, he said slave to the king to a degree. He heard, man, wait a minute, they didn't put him in the one with the no water. Oh man, hold on, he gonna die now. And so he went looking for the king, and the king was, you know, chilling over there by the gate of Benjamin. And it said, and Ebed Melech went forth out of the king's house and spake to the king, saying, my lord, the king, these men have done evil in all that they have done to Jeremiah the prophet, which they have cast into the dungeon. And he is like to die for hunger in the place where he is, for there is no more bread in the city. And it says, then the king commanded Ebed Melech the Egyptian, saying, take off from hence 30 men and with thee, and take up Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he died. So he went to the king and said, my king, you know, they about to kill him. They got him in this thing. He about 60 feet down. He's stuck in the mud up here, man. You know, no food. He gonna starve to death. So the king said, hey man, take 30 men with you. And you know, go get it. So let's see. 11. So Ebed Melech took the men with him, and went into the house of the king under the treasury, and took thence old cast cots and old rotten rags, or old clothing and rags, and let them down by cords into the dungeon to Jeremiah. So they took, what they did was wrap some of the king's old clothing and rags, and wrapped them around, you know, the rope, and dropped it in there. And let's see what they're gonna tell them to do. 12. And Ebed Melech the Ethiopian said unto Jeremiah, put now all these old cast cloths and rotten rags under thy armholes, under the cords. And Jeremiah did so. So he had to take, undo the rope, and put the rags up under his arm, so when they go to pull him out that mud and get to snatch the rope, it won't break nothing, or just give him burns real bad, rope burn. And they drew up Jeremiah with cords, and took him up out of the dungeon, and Jeremiah returned to the court of the prison. Man, because Jeremiah was praying. What he was praying is in Lamentation 3. Start at 1, work your way down. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see. But, man, he never gave up faith in the Most High. I'll tell you right now. Beautiful, bro. care for them when they didn't care for themselves. He would weep for the city, you know. But yet they want to do all this foolishness. Foolishness is not gonna profit forever, you know. Foolishness. Then Zedekiah the king sent and took Jeremiah to the prophet unto him in the third entry of the house of the Most High. And the king said unto him, Jeremiah, I will ask thee a thing. Hide nothing from me. Then Jeremiah said unto Zedekiah, if I declare it unto thee, wilt thou surely put me to death? And if I give thee counsel, wilt thou not hearken unto me? So he done put him off to the side and say, hey man, I got some questions to ask you, you know what I'm saying? And basically what's going to happen, and I'm going to just try to facilitate time and push it forward. You know, he going to ask him, and the Most High is going to tell him what thus said. Let's go ahead and read the 16. It says, so Zedekiah the king swore secretly unto Jeremiah, saying, as the Lord liveth, that made us this soul, I will not put thee to death, neither will I give thee into the hand of the men that seek thy life. Now he had an interview with him. Then said Jeremiah unto Zedekiah, thus saith the Lord of God of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, if thou wilt surely go forth unto the king of Babylon princes, then thy soul shall live, and this city shall not be burned with fire, and thou shalt live in thine house. So he didn't want to hear that, because see, that was the truth. He didn't want. He said, King, you need to go and take yourself, meet them before they get here. Go to Nebuchadnezzar's princes and turn yourself in and say, hey man, we not here to fight you, man. You know, we just gonna go ahead and give you this land because, we done made the Most High mad, and pride and stupid stuff, when you wrong, it's gonna get you out of it. And he said, surely you'll live. Matter of fact, he'll let you live in your own house. But if thou wilt not go forward, next verse, to the king of Babylon's princes, then shall this city be given into the hand of the Chaldeans, and they shall burn it with fire, and thou shalt not escape out of their hand. And Zedekiah the king said unto Jeremiah, I am afraid of the Jews, that they are fallen to the Chaldeans, lest they deliver me into their hand, and they mock me. See, he didn't want to go down there and do that, because he was high-minded, and he was thinking, but that was going to save his life. You know, you create a mess, it's going to take a mess to get you out. You know, that's what the old folks say. And it says, but Jeremiah said, they shall not deliver thee. Obey, I beseech thee, the voice of the Most High, which I speak unto thee. It says, so it shall be well unto thee, and thou shalt live. But if thou refuse to go forth, then is the word of the Most High have showed to me. So he's saying, hey man, if you don't turn yourself in, you know what I'm saying? You try to run or something, boy, you're going to get the smoke. But yet you didn't want to hear him, king, and all the persecution that Jeremiah had to go through, starting from 1 on back to 38 up until this time. He went through some stuff. He was a part of the problem too. You know what I'm saying? And he told him. And I almost jumped down, but man, they're gonna take his wife, they're gonna take everything. He was like, hey man, 22. And behold, all the women that are left in the king of Judah's house shall be brought forth to the king of Babylon, princes, and those women shall say, thy friends have set thee on and prevailed against thee. And it says, their feet are sunk in the mire, and they shall turn away back, So I will bring out all thy wives and all thy children to the Chaldean, and thou shalt not escape out of their hand, but shall be taken out of the hand of the king of Babylon, and thou shalt cause the city to be burned with fire. It's repeated. Then said Zedekiah unto Jeremiah, let no man know these words, and thou shalt not die. So don't you tell nobody what you told me, you know. And I'm gonna jump to 26. Then thou shalt say unto them, I have presented my supplication before the king, because he was saying basically, if somebody asks me what we was talking, actually what we was talking about, don't tell nobody what we talked about. Just say this was said in verse 26. Then thou shalt say unto them, I have presented myself supplication before the king, that he will not cause me to return to Jonathan's house to die there. So he said, if anybody asks you, tell them that. He didn't want them to know what he said. So basically Jeremiah, let's go to 28 to the 28. So Jeremiah abode in the court of the prisoner until the day that Jerusalem was taken, and he was there when Jerusalem was taken. So now he went back. He went back and hey man, he went back to jail. He went back to jail. All the way to the time. Now it tells you in verse 39, Jerusalem is captured. In the 9th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 10th month came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his army against Jerusalem, and they besieged it. So they made a circle around it, surrounding them all. And in the 11th year of Zedekiah, and in the 11th year of Zedekiah, in the 4th month, the 9th day of the month, the city was broken up. And all the princes of the king of Babylon came in and sat in the middle gate, even Niger, Nigal, Shersher, Zamgarnebo. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's some Babylonian name. But I ain't gonna try to pronounce the rest of them names. But them boys came in there right there. 4. And it came to pass that Zedekiah and the king of Judah saw them all, the men of war. Then they fled and went forth out of the city by night. But it says by the way of the king's garden, by the gate betwixt two walls, and he went out the way of the plain. So he snuck out this little back part and ducked out. And Jeremiah who told him not to leave, man. Let's see, verse 5. But the Chaldean army pursued after them and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho. And when they did taken him, they brought him up to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to Riblah in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon them. Then the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah in Riblah before his eyes, as the king of Babylon showed all the nobles of Judah. So the king of Babylon captured the king. See, Jeremiah told him not to run. He didn't want to hear the truth. He wanted his truth. He wanted to manipulate. See, that's the thing. Like when you come in with the truth, you know, he warned them. And see, sometimes you're there just to warn a person. You're not there to do anything more than that. They can choose the worst part of the warning, or they can listen to you. But you got to know in this, obedience is the best thing we can do. But he done snuck out and tried to run. So guess what? Zedekiah had to sit there, and the king of Babylon boys killed all his sons. And his nobles. It's chief people. It's council. 7. Moreover, he put out Zedekiah's eyes and bound him with chains to carry him to Babylon. So there had to be something to really witness. Man, you sit there and watch. You sit there and watch your sons get killed and your nobles. And they done took, they used to take like a dagger or something. They heat it, like you just put it in the fire. They would take it and, put it right there on the eye or whatever. And that heat would just burn, just cook the eye socket behind the what's called. And you sitting over here, and they done strap you to a chair, and they packing you to and bringing you on with them into Babylon. I know you had to been tripping because you can't see nothing, man. You wonder what's your next move because they did that. You wonder that had to be a horrible thing, but he didn't listen. He didn't listen. He did not listen. Now I'm gonna jump down to 11. Now Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, gave charge concerning Jeremiah to Zizar-Radin, the captain of the guard, saying, Take him and look well to him, and do no harm to him, but do unto him even as he shall say unto thee. So now the captain of the guard then got Jeremiah and set him free. See, in the midst of all that foolishness, the way the situation worked itself out, we see that he was on the better side of it. Because the Most High certainly heard his prayer, because all them jokers who was giving him a hard time, they tried to leave, they died. Remember? Back in Lamentation 3 and 55, and he was praying that prayer. He wanted to smoke for them. Let's see. That's why I say, touch not my prophet, thy prophet. You don't know who mouth you put in your mouth on, be talking. And some people be talking about people, you don't know who he represents. What type of person in the Creator? Let's go down to 3 and 64. We was here earlier. Lamentation 3 and 64. Render unto them a recompense, O Yah, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart. You don't think he had sorrow of heart when they were killing his children, right? And his nobles. I mean, not his children, his nobles, his men. Oh, yeah. His son, yeah, he did. His son, he killed his son. And they said, Thy curse unto them. Pursue and destroy them in anger under the heavens of the Most High Yah. And they did pursue them and destroy them. When they tried to run out the back and try to slide out the back, they was told to stay there. But you made mockery of this man his whole life. People got to be careful. See, don't even worry about getting little beefs and stuff. Man, when you just got to understand it, man. It's the Most High that they hate. Christ said they hate you. But they don't hate you. They hated me. You know what I'm saying? When you decide to do this work, you decide to stand up, you decide to be a better parent for your kids, you try to teach them biblical ways and stuff like this. When the world is Lil Nas X doing a lap dance, kissing Satan, and you try to tell your kid, man, that's not cool at all. That's foolish. And their peers will tell them something else. You live in such wicked society. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. But you know what? Even in that situation, we always got him. We ain't never without him. But see, if you keep your eyes, you will never be confounded. None of that. You ain't never got to worry about it. When you choose the Most High, you ain't never got to be in confusion. You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done. Psalms 3 and 3. But thou, O Lord, as it says, but thou, Yah, art my shield for me. my glory and my lifter up, my head. See, the Most High, you know what? You got to know who you are in the Son of the Most High or daughter of the Most High. You got to know the Most High used some very, for obedient people, he used some very, very, like possessive, like heartfelt things. Like, for instance, he told Moshe or Moses to go tell Pharaoh to let my sons go. He said, let my people go, but he did say, let my sons go. When you look in the book of Exodus, he said, my sons, that they come worship me. Sons. Christ say, you're no longer servants, if you keep the commandment. He said, you're also friends. You know what I'm saying? Friends. You know, these are statements, and then all in Jeremiah, Ezekiel, he was talking about Israel, whom I loved. Love. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never without. We ain't never without. You know what? He's a lifter of our head. And you hold your head. Don't let the situation, they just feel like they just make my day. You know what? Keep wishing them good. Let me tell you something. The Bible says they're going to reap coals upon their heads. And yeah, it's coming. The more they keep messing with you. You seen what happened to them boys over there. You know. It must be. I ain't never been through nothing. I ain't been stoned. And I certainly ain't been. Man, that would have been horrifying for us as believers today. Be put in a pit about a rope and just left in there. You stuck up in mud. You wondering like, man, I'm going to die. And I had to sit there and think about that. And it says, 4. I cried unto Yah with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High did. He heard us. He hears. He ain't just he don't just you ain't gonna go for long. You might go through a little season, but sometimes he giving them people time to say that they sorry before he come down and render a verdict. You know, because man, I know this man felt like this. Psalm 71:10. For my enemies speak against me. And I know they speak against you and me as well. I don't care rats, but you know what I'm saying? And they that will wait upon my soul take counsel together. Maybe trying to figure out a way, you know, how to get over on you or take advantage of you. You know, you ain't got to even worry about it. Saying God has forsaken him, pursue and take him, for there is none to deliver him. They think you that weak. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be with a crew of people to be strong. Because like you say, he was a prisoner. And from prison, he told him, don't you go out of there, king. The king, you know what I'm saying? King got all the smoke. You know. And then 13, let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonor that seek my hurt. Let them be found out for all the foolishness that they trying to do. And let the light get turned on looking like roaches. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they have to deal with what they're given. It says, but I will hope continually and will yet praise thee more and more. See, when you're going through that, that's the way out. You just keep praying. You just dig in harder. You know what I'm saying? Then the Most High gonna get mad and something gonna happen. That's when the pot starts smoking. And it says, my mouth shall show forth thy righteousness and salvation. I'm gonna always tell people what's right. You know what I'm saying? And thy salvation all the day. And it says, for I know not the numbers there. I'm not gonna know how many times in a day I'm gonna tell somebody, hey man, we need to get this right. Or think about the Most High's righteousness, the scriptures. Yeah. And it says, I will go in strength. I will go in the strength of the Most High, Elohim, in the strength of the Lord God, and I will make mention of thy righteousness, even of thine own. So the Most High, when you do that for the Most High, guess what? You give him praise like that, guess what? You're going to get out of every situation. You know what? You're going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get all upset when people don't see people think it's funny, make jokes at you, laugh at you. Guess what? Guess what? They laugh at your shoot. But guess what? In the end of it all, what did they tell you in Genesis that your foot, your heel will be bruised, but it says Satan's head will be crushed, and crush the living, uh, the living life out of Satan if you can by doing right, by honoring the Most High, by keeping His feast days, by repenting and keeping and showing love to your people. Honor Him every day, and I promise you ain't ever gonna be. You're gonna be just like Dick and Maki for so long. But we saw what happened in that case. Them boys try to go out the back. We gonna go out the back. Soon as the warriors then came and walked and stood in the middle of town, and we gonna go out the back, man. Them boys out here, man. Man, oh man, we got to get out of here. Come on, nobles. Come on, son. Let's go. Let's get on these horses and we gonna. And I could just see him. Hurry. Look behind them boys. Right there. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Judgment on the spot, man. Right there on the plains of Jericho. We don't be that dude. Don't be that dude. Today is the Most High Saturday, so I'm saying Shabbat Shalom. We still got plenty of time. It's now 4:10. I plan on coming with my Yom HaKaparim teaching here in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? But I spend the day. But this is my second time doing the video. So I'm just studying the Word all day. This is my spiritual food. You know, as far as I'm riding good. I'm in good spirits. Thank everybody for watching this, and you have the best day. But remember who you are in the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? You are great in the Most High. Don't let no devil fool you, no situation fool you. Whether you got a dime in your pocket, you still a child or princess of the king. Don't forget it. Shabbat Shalom.